What's poppin', people? This week, I'm taking you along with me for the National Women Empowerment Ministry Brunch and Awards, where I was recognized as a businesswoman on the move. They hosted us at the Avalon Hotel right outside of the city of Atlanta in a decked out red themed event. You see me pulling up here. Come with me inside this beautiful space where we were celebrated. We celebrated some beautiful, awesome Black women. Let's go. Once inside, I made it to the check-in so that I could go ahead and get situated and get my seat for the event. Like I said, it was beautifully decorated. They actually had a red carpet there for us so that we could do pictures and all of that. So we did some professional photos. Here's the step and repeat. It was it was sponsored by the Jackson HR agency. That's Alicia Cash there. She's the actual founder, and you'll see her later as she comes to the podium to speak with us. But I mean, it was just really beautifully decorated. If you know me, you know that red and white is my thing. I am a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And so, of course, I was all over this red and white themed event. They just really did a good job and was very thoughtful about the decorations. All right, y'all, I am already in tears. Y'all, all my friends, look. Lisa done popped up from Virginia. They got my line sister, Nika. Y'all, I'm crying my makeup off. The thing hadn't even started, y'all. Woo! Y'all got
spirit, and you don't come across those very often. A beautiful spirit from the inside. So without further ado, I would like to welcome to the stage Miss Andrea Miller.
If you've come to the point of disappointment and despair, hold on to your dreams. There's help out there. You see, out in the distance, far away from you, a watchful eye has everything in view. And all that you want and all that you will gain, well, it's soon on the way because everything must change. So hold on fast to the moment at hand. Nothing just happens. It's all in God's plan. And soon you will see that all of this will pass. Just hold on a little longer, because trouble don't last. And together, we are stronger. Together, we can build a bridge to hold this nation up. Together, we can forge a path that says no turning back, because we are never giving up. Together, we can fight for right and stand side by side. And together, we can do what's right for all people and let our conscience be our guide. We hear you, Tyree Nichols. I have a dream was spoken once with a vision of the mountaintop. And I'm sure Dr. Martin Luther King had no idea that the fight for equality would continue on today with no intention to ever stop. And when Rosa Parks took a seat on the bus, there's no way she could have known that sitting down would soon be forgotten and that racism would continue on. Your attention, please. The year is 2023. Yes, Black belongs in America, and we too want our dreams to come true. And just know, if I had to go back to Africa, I wouldn't know what in the world to do. You see, I have never been there. So stop sending me back to where you think I belong. America is where I put my roots down, and so did my father and his father's father, because America is our home. So let me ask you this. If I fight a good fight, will you join me and take my hand? If I choose to educate young people on Black history, will you share my story, or will you stop talking because Black history you refuse to understand? Will you commit to be a beacon of light, flashing red for the world to see? Will you join Pastor Alicia Cash in her amazing vision, because it's strong, intelligent women that she continues to see? Support is an option, and doing it alone is harder than you think. You see, a ship without a captain is doomed it never sets out to sail. Instead, it is doomed to sink. But together we can change the world, and today is surely the right time. Let's leave the actions of inequality, injustice, superiority, and systemic racism behind. But when I say together, I'm not talking about you and me. I'm talking about all races, especially those that don't look like you and me. Silence is our enemy, and if we continue to remain silent, it will make it difficult for everyone to be free, with justice and liberty for all. So let's change America together.
This is Dr. Alicia Cash, who's taking the stage now. She is the actual founder of this event.
And give it up for the poet this morning. In your red dresses. If no one has told you this morning, I look out and I see a sea of women that look like they are powerful and ready to be resilient in red. And so today is all about you. It's all about women.
After her introduction, she started the event by giving us a networking opportunity to, of course, meet each other and connect. It was time for the Vittles, and let me say they went all out for the food experience. They had, of course, everything that you can think of for a brunch, and yes, I did partake, and yes, it was absolutely amazing. Of course, there was an omelet station because, well, next level dining, right? As we finished up our brunch, we moved into the panel portion of the program. My line sister, sitting there on the far left, Libya, she was actually on the panel and did an amazing job dropping gems on us about how to be empowered as a woman.
And what does it mean to you today to see these Black women come together to embrace one another, to uplift one another, to recognize one another?
I see you looking at me. Well, I think the one thing it says is that we can do it. A lot of times we hear that Black women cannot come together without being catty, without celebrating one another. So I think what it does say is that it can be done, and it sends a signal to say that we are a big group of diversity. That we.
Now it's time to kick off the awards portion of the brunch. Here I am preparing to go up and receive my award for Businesswoman of the Year. I was so nervous, but it felt really good to be acknowledged for my work with Bella Brown.
Businesswomen on the Move Award, Jan Jackson. Jan Jackson is the owner and creative director of the Bella Grind brand. Her mission is to provide a space for Black women's voices to be elevated and their stories celebrated via media platforms, inspirational apparel, and empowerment events. The Bella Grind podcast and magazine is a space for Black women's stories to be celebrated, while the Simply Jan blog captures her daily grind as an entrepreneur, balancing family and friendships. Bella Grind apparel is empowerment clothing with positive messages of self-love and power. This clothing line is for the woman who lives out loud and stands boldly in her truth. Lastly, the Bella Grind Alliance is an outreach initiative to give back to others via signature events, service projects, mentoring, and speaking engagement. Jan Jackson prides herself on being a servant leader who is a bridge that connects people to people and people to community opportunity. Let's congratulate Businesswomen on the Move Award, Ms. Jan Jackson. Women in Entertainment is Jarnine Cheney Brown, act, model, and singer.
Y'all can tell I was so proud of myself. As part of being recognized, we were also featured in the Empowered magazine. Here it is here. And then we went back to the panel, and my line sister was dropping some more gems. Listen.
To be able to celebrate someone else, and it's all about you, and you do well, and you got it going on, and you the best thing since sliced bread, and you're better than a bag of potatoes. But when you are raised that way, you take that with you everywhere you go, right? So when you enter into corporate America, you enter into education, you enter into the private sector, you go into that business or that organization as an employee with that same mindset. So your neighbor next to you, the black woman next to you who is doing well, you end up getting this, and competition is not bad, but you get that bad competition spirit to where you have to outnumber her. And so that raising that you got comes out. But those who are raised to affirm others and to cheer others and to celebrate others, you see them helping the new black woman that come into the office to get acclimated. You see them as the ones that's showing them, this is what you need to do, and this is where you go, and if you're looking for this, you do this, and you define this folder, you go there, you go there. Oftentimes, we don't see that because we've been raised wrong. And that can be from family, that can be from experiences in other places. But this is where we learn how to be the better us. Because we do have to understand whether we're one of two or we're one of one, that we still have to know that there will be another, or we need to mentor those who are coming along. But we don't want to share it because we don't want them to be better. And if we can be real in the room, we've all experienced that at some point in our work. I've experienced in ministry as well, where we have those who felt like they have done all the work, they've been to Harriet Tubman's, and so therefore they feel like you owe them the bow down praise and to get just a little piece of knowledge. So you're not going to tell me where the shared folder is until I do the bow. That's the problem that we have in that. So we have to be the difference factors. We have to be the ones that say that's not the proper way to do it, so that we make sure that we celebrate others. And we're talking about black women, but it's also true with our other sisters as well. We have to be able to open the door to allow women to get not only seat at the table, but to get to the stage.
To continue to cheer for women, and we acknowledge women. Like I said before, recognition is the black woman's love language. So just in case you didn't know that, when you come across another black woman after today, stop and recognize something good that they're doing. Before you criticize, stop and recognize something good that they're doing.
That concludes the show. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. I left this event feeling so inspired about the work that I will continue to do with Bella Grind. Peace.